The provincial government is going to pump another $40 million into Community Living B.C, the agency that looks after people with developmental disabilities. CTV News first told you about the problems at Community Living when the province rejected orthotics for a severely disabled Vancouver Island woman unless her feet were at risk of amputation. Well, in the weeks and months that followed, more and more problems emerged at CLBC, and now Premier Christy Clark says new funding and an overhaul will fix it. Our legislature reporter Stephen Andrew has the story.
For years, the more than 13,000 people living with developmental disabilities and their families have been pressuring the government to fix Community Living B.C, the agency looking after them.
That's a girl.
Clients like Melissa Matthews, who was refused shoe inserts unless her feet were at risk of being amputated. After CTV first reported her story, the pressure on the agency increased.
The message that really came through was that their trust in CLBC had been shaken.
In fact, an internal government review released today determines several conflicts of interest exist within the agency, and it often focused on saving money, not service.
In some cases, CLBC did indeed lose sight of their core values, which created stress and anxiety for families, and that was something that we heard loud and clear and were deeply concerned by.
To fix the problem, the review recommends changing the way the government does business, including requiring ministries to work together to better serve clients, moving away from a one-size-fits-all approach, and setting up an appeal process so clients can challenge decisions on their care. And to make this work, the government is pouring in $40 million, far less than advocates say is needed to do the job, but the Premier says it's what the audit team recommends.
If at the end of that work, their report had come out and said we needed $100 million, that's how much money we'd be announcing today.
The NDP is happy change is coming, but is still calling for an outside independent review.
And who is involved in this review ultimately? The minister who started CLBC is now Premier. We've had successive Liberal ministers. It's a review by deputy ministers. It's the same board.
Clark says the decision is not political, but she's not saying where the money will come from, promising to lay out the full details in next month's budget. Stephen Andrew, CTV News, Victoria.